are getting a lot of questions. I want to remind you, if you'll call in at a premium level, you can ask Deborah G. a question tonight and get an answer of hopefully that will help you tremendously, whether it deals with your home, your business, your family, property, whatever it might deal with. You call. We've even had a call from, what is a 9-year-old or a 7-year-old?
Yes. Oh, we're going to answer that question.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I want to go through the premiums, Deborah, very quickly here. The book, Feng Shui Design by Sarah Rosenbach and Master Lin Yin, at the $90 level. This is kind of the definitive book.
Well, it's been called the Bible of Feng Shui, actually, and I really think it's a fantastic book because it has lovely pictures, it's got great illustrations, and it's very reader-friendly and very user-friendly as well.
And it is a hardcover book. It is not...
it's a wonderful coffee table book also. Yes, it is. It has pretty pictures.
And it has wonderful pictures in it. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? Okay, now after that, we have the video of this program. That's at the $90 level. But we've got the power pack at the $200 level, and this includes many of the items that you were talking about in this last segment. I'm going to hold this up, Deborah, and I would appreciate it if you would take the time to explain what's in this power pack box, all right?
Okay. What I'd like to explain is that not all remedies are created equal, and because Feng Shui has become so popular, there are so many Feng Shui products out in the marketplace today that people are asking, what can I use? What is effective? What is going to be more effective than the other? And as we said in the first break, that these particular items are based on ancient traditions. And let me talk about the mirror first.
That's right.
Mirrors are very Mirrors are a very common Feng Shui remedy. They're very good at redirecting energy, the qi flow in a space, and also deflecting anything negative. And you shouldn't think of mirrors in a Western definition of vanity, because these are not used for vanity. Okay. And mirrors actually originated in the Shang dynasty in China about 12th century BC, and at that time the designs on these early bronze mirrors really reflected cosmic philosophy, so they were imbued with the spiritual power, and certain designs were very powerful, and the designs on this particular mirror, this is called a Bagua mirror, are very powerful. You will see on the mirror trigrams. Bagua literally means 8 trigrams, and the trigrams represent yin and yang. And as the viewers will recall, in the program we explained that in order for there to be any harmony in the universe, in your home, there has to be that balance of the yin and yang energies. The yin being the female energy, the energy of stillness, and yang being the male energy, the active energy. And you find that yin-yang symbol in the center of this particular Bagua mirror. And the symbols, all of these symbols represent perfect balance and harmony of the universe. And what it does is it draws forth good blessings and good fortune and deflects anything negative. And traditionally this mirror is hung up above the door, the entry door outside. And what that will do is draw fortune into your home, draw blessings, and really protect the home as well. And it can also be used, say, for instance, to put, if you look at the Bagua map, the compass chart, and look at, in your home, where you have what I call chi power spots. Those are those places in your home that have intense energies that directly influence some aspect of your life.
Okay, now how do you get the Bagua chart?
Okay, actually, in the video, there is the Bagua illustration that people can go back and refer to, and also in the video is included, there is a Bagua chart, and this is actually
the same shape as the mirror.
Right, exactly, and this octagon shape is very auspicious because this is derived from the I Ching, which is the Book of Changes. It's the oldest book of divination in the history of the world. It's a 5,000-year-old book. Now, this particular chart tells you, I call it the Feng Shui compass that points you towards success. And in the program you saw how you use this, and this tells you where those chi power spots are in your home that can affect your life. It could be your career, it could be your marriage, it can be your health, children, and so forth. And with these particular remedies in the power pack, you can use these to make a Feng Shui adjustment in that part of your life, or you can make a Feng Shui improvement. So with Feng Shui remedies, you can either do a Feng Shui fix or a Feng Shui boost. So this mirror, although you're looking at it and you're thinking, goodness, these items look awfully small, well, the idea is that there's an old Chinese expression that 1 ounce can move 1,000 pounds.
How about the crystal, the beautiful crystal up here at the top?
The crystal really represents represents the earth energy, and you know, we see how you have chi flowing through the earth, so it's alive with energy. And this energy can also activate chi, balance energy in a home. And this crystal is unlike crystals found in a mall or in any other store, because this has been specifically designed based on an ancient tradition, and also it's on a red string. It's on a 9-inch red string, and the reason red, again, the red color red, will bring forth good fortune, and the reason 9 is a number that represents long life and renewal. And on that red string are a sacred series of 6 color crystal rondelles, and this is the finest crystal. It's the Swarovski crystal, and that sacred color series is based on a classic Tibetan Buddhist mantra that helps to increase chi flow and offers protection. So that makes it even much more powerful. And what do? There's an instruction booklet in there that tells you exactly how to use these things, where to place them. Say, for instance, if you want your child to have better grades in school, what you do is you take the Bhagavad chart, you place it over your child's bedroom, and you see where the area of knowledge is, the chi power spot of knowledge, and you can take that crystal and you can hang it in the knowledge area to increase the energy flow there.
Okay, now we've had a number of calls saying, you know, what does it cost to do this, and how do I know what results I will get? And then at the same time, can they do it themselves? Could they do it without having a practitioner come into their home?
A consultation varies depending on where it is geographically, but I know in this area, because I'm familiar with consultants, Feng Shui consultants in this area, that I'd say typically a consultation runs about 2 hours, and a session may be approximately $300. So that's an average, and it does vary with the practitioner depending on the experience that a Feng Shui practitioner does have.
Now, in the Power Pack, Deborah, how did you decide on using this particular package of items?
Because I see out on the shelves today there are things like Feng Shui tea sets, Feng Shui candles, there's Feng Shui book for dogs. Not that dogs shouldn't have good Feng Shui also, but I felt
merchandising going on.
Right, I felt that in many ways that the tradition of Feng Shui was being diluted, and that many of the remedies were not offering as much impact as they possibly could. And so what I really wanted to do, just to help clients, was to really be able to provide these kind of things, and also to help people to know that, you know, what they can get is the most effective thing they can possibly use.
Okay, some questions. This viewer has a home with a front door that faces garage doors of an unpleasant neighbor. What can she do to minimize this negative situation?
Well, actually, I would suggest a bagua mirror, and the bagua mirror actually in the Power Pack would be very good. And what you would do is you would hang it on the outside of your house or through a window that faces toward the neighbor to deflect the negative chi that is coming from the neighbor. And you know, you were asking earlier also, can people really effectively feng shui their own house without calling in an expert? And I think based on what people have learned and will continue to learn in this program, that they can do that. In fact, I received an email from an attorney who saw the program, made some changes to his law office, and he unexpectedly received a call from a client and landed a huge retainer. And his associates, the other attorneys, were skeptical. And
oh, I'm sure.
And so after this happened, now they are rearranging their offices. So there are some very simple things that you can do, and that's the whole thing to keep in mind with Feng Shui, that you can create some very effective changes in your home or office.
Like most long-term philosophies, a lot of this is common sense, isn't it?
It is, and say for instance, as viewers saw in the program, when you have a lot of clutter in your home, you're going to be feeling stifled, you're going to be tripping over things, and that is going to really disrupt your personal energy flow, and it's going to create blocked energy. And I think what happens is that a lot of it is common sense, but because we are so busy today in our lives that we're not listening to our common sense, we're not listening to our instincts.
Okay, here's the great question from a 9-year-old, bless your heart. Is there Feng Shui in kids' art?
Absolutely, there is. That is a wonderful question, because art really does influence the way energy flows. Colors, and you'll learn more about that in the program, colors influence the way chi flows, and they can be very healing. They can inspire creativity and change your mood, alter the feeling of a place.
Okay, are we going to, we're going to move over to Pasha, and when we come back, I'm going to ask Deborah to tell you the story about how she had an effect on the new baseball park in San Francisco. It's a great story. You got to do it.
Okay, I'll tell you.
I want to remind you that this show was recorded last week when Deborah G. visited our studios and had the conversation with George in our studios. We brought it back by popular demand. And what I want to reinforce is that we are all here this Saturday afternoon to take your pledge to help you become a member of KCTS around the Feng Shui program. And I think you've probably gotten some ideas and realized that this is not so, you know, wacky. This is something that you can live by, something that you can make your home or where you do business a more comfortable place. And look, I got some guys behind me that are looking for public television members, and if we don't get some this afternoon, somebody's going to walk the plank, and it isn't going to be me. So, I want you to call 1-800-443. Take advantage of the premiums. They're all available today. Listen to what people have been asking Deborah G. It's likely your question was asked or answered. So call the number. We're waiting for your call.
Deborah was involved in the building of the new baseball park for the San Francisco Giants, and when it finished, and I've been reading my heart out trying to get into this and be a little bit knowledgeable about, but tell them what happened.
Well, what part? Well, actually, I went in and I feng shuied the ballpark just to make sure that, you know, before they started playing their first season there, that everything was just right for them as far as the way the energy was flowing. And it was very funny because we went into you know, down into the field, and of course, you know, home plate was already set and so forth, and they had engineers reoriented according to the wind factor, which is also a feng shui element. So much of it was done very naturally, but I had a lot of fun because I went down there and we had everybody from the Giants there. They were looking and watching my every response, and I told them, you know, I think you need to move home plate a couple inches to the right. I laughed. They were very, very
However,
thankful.
the Giants ended up with the best home field record in the National League this year.
They did.
Or last year, during last year.
Well, and they're facing water. They've got water around there. It's a wonderful location.
Okay, this is a great question. I'm trying to make my company more prosperous. Good for you. Light corner of, is that left corner?
The left corner
of the desk has a 100-year-old Chinese chopped toad sitting on coins in mouth. Is that good for that spot on desk for prosperity?
Yes, it is. Actually, you can take the bagua, and you can also apply this, you apply it to your property, your home, individual rooms, but you can also apply this to your desk, actually. And so what you want to do is the far left corner of your desk, as you're sitting at your desk, is the area that has the energies of wealth. So that is the perfect place for that. So you're doing excellent, and I wish you great abundance.
What does Deborah think about garden windows in older homes, 1938 Cape Cod cottage?
I think they're wonderful. Flowers, plants, those are all a very life-giving energy force, and it is wonderful to surround yourself with those things of nature, and so no, it's excellent.
Okay, you're going to have to read this one to me because I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, this viewer called in and said that their son has ADD, which is attention deficit disorder, and are there any feng shui principles that can be applied to his bedroom to help him? And actually, I have worked with a lot of children who have ADD or who are hyperactive. And you haven't indicated how old your son is, and that does determine what my recommendation might be. But I can say universally the color green is very much a healing color. It represents life force. And so if you introduce the color of green in his room, for instance, even painting his room green, it will help him become much more focused. Also, deeper colors such as browns will also create more focus and concentration. But I just say that not knowing exactly his age, and if I knew the age, I can be a little more helpful.
Okay, now folks, we will definitely get to the questions. We have 2 more breaks. We remind you, if you'll call in at a premium level, you'll get to ask Deborah a question, and we will get to these questions. We just wanted to make sure that we were getting all the information to you first. I think everybody's got kind of a firmer footing now,
yes.
Maybe not a firm footing, but a firmer one. And then we will go from there into the questions in the specifics that you're asking in these questions.